Yeah, so we're still on the 13th of September. I've been chatting away to myself there. Probably not make much sense. I'd never load it all. Kind of jumping about in my head with the happenings in the story I was trying to relay to you guys. But I mean, anyway, I'll see what I'm going to load and what I don't. What I was going to say was, have you ever suffered from paranoia? Yeah. Well, don't get yourself a house near a bus stop or wherever a bus passes. I'm being perfectly serious here. If you live in a bus route, then your paranoia levels will increase, and your anxiety will increase, and probably your stress levels will increase. Certainly, buses full of passengers passing your bus every 30 minutes, or every hour at least, will create some kind of problem for you mentally. Because people in buses don't sit and look at their knees on the journey, or the palms of their hands, or the backs of heads of those in front. No, they gaze out the window and they take note of every single thing that they see. Even though they don't remember it, they observe it momentarily. So if you live in a bus route and you're planning to do a spot of garden DIY, for example, then be aware that every single person on each of these buses, these observant people on the buses who face out the glass window, will view you and stare at you as the bus trundles past. Now, if the bus is travelling at at fairly high speed on the open carriageway, then you've got a fighting chance. But if you live in a village with reduced speed limits, then you're open to scrutiny by all the passengers on the bus for the whole time that they are passing your property. And if you have a bus that comes regularly past your property, say about 20 to 50 times a day, then you need a bus timetable. An accurate bus timetable, an up-to-date bus timetable, clearly marking out at what times these buses full of observant passengers are likely to pass your property. Now, the reason I say this is, I know lots of people who have been prepared to take evasive action when they hear the roar of the engine from a bus as it gathers speed through the village, sometimes on an uphill incline as the gears are changed. Gives you a little opportunity to duck down or fall face down into the rhubarb patch or gather yourself amongst the brassica, like cabbages or something like that. But if you're on the level and the buses which are designed to have quieter, more environmentally friendly engines nowadays, you've got no chance. So if you choose to clean your windows and you haven't glanced at the bus timetable, there is a good chance that you will be halfway up your step ladders at your front windows, minding your own business, cleaning your windows, you hear the rev of an engine, you turn round automatically because it's a natural reaction of the mind. It's the brain, it's a signal that there's danger. It's just very automatic for you to glance round at the very same time that 36 people are staring directly at you from the bus. That's the observant 36. And that's your day ruined. Now, if you have this issue on a regular basis, then your stress levels are going to increase. Your anxiety is going to become an issue. And this may well develop itself into a form of paranoia. And as a result of this paranoia, you will constantly be doing your chosen chore outside your property, whether that be, deadheading the florets from some withered flowers, or maybe you're pruning little parts of the geranium plants which are situated nicely on your windowsill, indoors or out. Or perhaps, as I say, you're busy cleaning the windows outside your property, the exterior glass. And if you are not up to scratch with the present and current bus timetable, there is a good chance that in the duration when you're cleaning your windows, the bus full of these observant eyes and faces will be focused upon you. Now, the problem we have with the passengers is not all of them are going to turn to their fellow passenger and say, that's so-and-so. But there is a large proportion of the passengers who will start muttering and gossiping and adding a little bit. So whether you're aware of it or not, a conversation is suddenly developed about you, even though you are not present on the particular autobus or bus that's passing the property. So that's a kind of intrusion, isn't it? It's a kind of intrusion in your life that you are now subject to scrutiny and conversation by people you barely know, all because they were observant while looking through the glass window of the bus directly at your property as the bus sped by or trundled by if you're in the village. Now, the reason I say paranoia is because you can end up with a bit of a issue with your throat caused by the anxiety, a problem with your stomach caused by the anxiety. You can actually end up with some gastro problems, for example, diarrhea, because of these observant people from the bus. Now, at its extreme scale, you may not wish to come out of your house ever again to do any chores because of the buses passing your property. However, if you have a current up-to-date timetable and you mark off the expected times of the bus's arrival outside your property, then you can perhaps erect your step ladders, gather your chamois and your hot water in the bucket and the sponge all ready for cleaning the exterior glass on your windows, The problem which arises, and is a problem, not only for people cleaning their windows, but for passengers themselves, that none of the buses actually follow the times on the timetable. It's a bit of a, let's say, a free-for-all for coach drivers and bus drivers to please themselves at whatever time they turn up at the designated bus stop within the village or anywhere en route. And as a result, if you, for example, you erect your step ladders at 10:22 and you gather the bucket, chamois, hot water and sponge at 10:24 or 10:25 and you then ascend the step ladders, say about 27 minutes past 10, maybe half past 10 for example, there is no guarantee that you will be able to get those windows clean before the bus arrival time at say 10:45. You may well be cleaning the windows and the bus which was meant to come through at 10:15 actually comes through at 10:38. So you can see the problem here. You have these 36 fairly irate passengers that are now late for their appointments and schedules and their shopping excursions, all kind of upset that the bus has been late, but it doesn't stop them observing you through the glass of the bus as it makes its way through the village or trundling past the the bus stop as it slows and brakes. The big issue is if you're doing something major. For example, if you're erecting a fence outside your property and you are then shopping in your local town the next day and some complete stranger says, "Have you got your fence finished yet?" And you say to them, "What are you talking about?" "Oh, it's just I saw you in the bus yesterday putting up a fence." I said, "You are a nosy bastard." You are a nosy bastard, that's what you are. And then you dump your shopping on the floor of the supermarket and fuck off out. But are you with me on what I'm trying to say here? It's simply my business, or anyone's own business, what they do within the, the confines of their own property. They don't require 36 observant faces staring at them from the moving bus